Greetings, YouTube. This is Fragments of Memory, aka the Armchair Philosopher. I saw a video by a Creative Thinking 5000 or 500. My zeros might be slightly off. And he just talked about double standards. They abound in our society. Now, here's my little video response on some double standards I've experienced. One, I remember being at my job at a call center. And there was one young lady who used to sit next to me so many years ago. And mind you, she did not know me, but she straight up said to me, I bet you're a virgin. I bet you're totally a virgin. Now, this is at work. This is in a work environment. And I made a video ranting about comments like that. But I experienced that where she straight up said that to me. But if I had said something similar to her, a grievance would have been filed against me. I would have been fired. I would have been sued for sexual harassment. But she gets a free pass simply because she's a female. I've had a situation where, what was it? I'm trying to think now. I've had situations where women will straight up talk filthy, foul, and dirty in front of a man about what they'll do sexually to another man. But if a man talked sexually explicit around women, women would sit there and be offended and say that this is making them uncomfortable. I've had a situation where I was unfaithful to a young lady, and people looked at me like I was the bad guy. And mind you, this is from my past, and we were going through some problems in our relationship, and I ended up cheating. Well, the everyone else was like, "Oh, you did my girl wrong. You did my girl wrong." But I look over here to another, and I'm not advocating cheating on anybody, so don't get that in your mind. I look over here at these young ladies who who are cheating on their boyfriends because their boyfriend isn't giving them the right sexual pleasure, so they need someone else to kind of give them their sexual pleasure. But I'm gonna still hang on to this relationship over here, but I'm gonna keep banging this guy over here. And that's a woman getting her groove back and regaining her independence. And yes, I'll agree with you on the flip side. Yes, if a woman has been with a bunch of men, she's considered a whore, not a player. And if a man is with a bunch of women, he's a player, he's a pimp, he's a straight up player. And he's rewarded for that behavior, even though both are wrong to do that. What's another thing? Oh yeah, you mentioned something that I have to just give you your kudos and your props and your applause and your ovations on this. You talked about the virginity thing, where like if a woman is a virgin, she's this being of light and morality and virtue and you know iridescent beams of light descend from the throne of God onto her body. Where if let's say a guy was a virgin, he's a loser. He's a lame. He's a loser. He's a nerd. He's scared of women. He can't get no play because he ain't got no game. Right. So I do find that, and I've seen that play out. The fact that there's a movie called The 40-Year-Old Virgin, and then people laughed at the 40-year-old virgin in the movie because he was so sexually inexperienced that he hadn't had sex at all till he was 40. So I find us really weird and whacked out crazy in that sense that one person gets a free pass, another person gets scolded and hung and crucified and everything else. And I think that people just need to pull their heads out of their behinds. And that's another reason why I feel like when people scream equality, we really don't know what we're talking about. Because on one hand, we want equality, but on the other hand, we still want to fall back on these old stereotypes. So either you want equality or you want some type of special treatment. equality or double standard. Either it applies equally across the board or it doesn't apply at all. And you gotta decide. My 2 cents creative thinking. Thank you. I do enjoy your vids. I think your vids are probably amongst many of the thought-provoking things I see here on YouTube. So keep up the good work. Peace.